All right. So here you can see that within this level 2, level 1 wall also visible, but that is a little bit dim. So for that, we can control through this view range option. So view range will allow you to include this much of uh, components within your plan. Okay, so here you can see that this is primary range and this is view depth. Okay, so within this primary range we can get this top, cut plane and bottom. So top plane and cut plane and bottom plane will help you to define that this much of component will come within your plan. Okay, so here you can see this is the example. Okay, so if you imagine this plan as a section or as an elevation, so this 2 is your cut plane, so it will be always associated with that where you are right now present. So you are right now present with that within this level 2, so it will be always associated with this level 2. Okay, so now let me come to one north elevation there. North elevation. So here you can see that this is level 2. The cut plane is associated with this level 2 and it has some offset. Like from here also we have defined some offset there. So from that height it's cutting. Okay, as because that is a cut plane. So if you again come to level 2 and come to view range, and there you can see that the offset is 3000. So from level 2, uh, the cut plane has the offset 3000, and below that you can see all the objects. So if you imagine one cut plane there, so let me draw with this model line over there. Let's pick plane and let's pick this plane. So this one will be your cut plane. Okay, imagine this. This is one imaginary cut plane there, and below all the objects are visible, all the objects are added within your level 2 plan. And about bottom, so if you again come to level 2 and come for view range option, and there you can see that the bottom is associated to level 2, means till the level 2 you can see all the objects, right? And here you can if you come to this level below level 1. Okay, so that means you can see all the objects till level 1. Okay, so that you can assign over there, and you can go for this view depth. So I'm coming on this view depth later, so let me tell you about top. So if we are able to see the objects below this cut plane till the bottom plane, so then why the top level is there? What is the purpose of top plane? So the purpose of top plane is because there are some objects which will be placed above the cut plane or above some height, like the ventilators, the ceiling lights. So there are some kind of objects like this ventilator and ceiling lights. Those will be placed at some height always, right? Or you can say above the door head height. So those will come within cut plane and top plane. Those objects will come within cut plane and top plane. So define you have to define the top plane offset. So that will be associated with level 2. If you want to uh, associate it associate with the above level, so that you can associate. So if you go for unlimited, so towards the upward direction there will be unlimited. So if you go for unlimited, so there is no need to give the offset value. So you can see anything unlimited, like the infinite distance. Okay. Now there you can see this is added, and you can go for view depth. So those objects after this bottom plane, those objects will be added within this plane, but in some different line type or different style of line. So that can be added with this view depth. Suppose you want to add your foundations within this plan, so that you can define that level, and you can go for unlimited for this view depth as well. So this how you will be setting what you want to include within this plan. Okay, with the help of this view range option. And let's click on apply, or if I don't need to change it, so I can cancel it. So let me check that. Suppose if I want to add the roof over this. So for that, what I will do, I will make it the cut plane offset 6000. So the top cannot be the top plane cannot be below this cut plane. So that is not possible. If I go for apply, it will show me an error message. See, okay. So you have to give more value than this cut plane offset. Okay, so make sure that. So like you can give it 6050 at least, and you can click on apply and okay. So here you can see that you have included your roof plan over here. All right. So this how you can add whatever you want to add within your plan. So you will be controlling this view range option. Okay. Now here you can see that this elevation cameras are placed over there. So when you will place this plan within your sheet, so this much will be the area. This much will be the area for the plan. Okay. So suppose you don't want to add the total plan. So for that you have some crop view over there. Okay. So first of all, you go for this crop region visible, and this crop view will be automatically checked when you go for this crop view region visible. Okay. But after that you can make it invisible also. So let's go for crop region visible, and here you can see that this is the crop region over there. And when you select this, you can go for this grip points, and there you can change it like this. Okay. So this much view will come within this level 2 only. And now if you don't want to add this box within your plan, so you will make it invisible over there. All right, so now this is your plan for level 2, and you can make it duplicate as well. So like you can go for this duplicate. So if you simply duplicate, so the all the model elements will be duplicated. And if you go for this duplicate with detailing, so the all the text and the annotation parts, all the detail elements will be duplicated with your model elements as well. So what is your choice? You go for that and duplicate as dependent. So it will be connected with that original. So if you go for this duplicate as dependent, so it will be connected to the original. So let's go for this duplicate now, and let me uh, add the rename. Let me add the name, and here you have. Okay, so within this you have this crop plan, and if you come to level 2, and there you can go for this. If you uncheck this, and me make it visible over there, and let me push back. Okay, and uncheck this crop view. And all right, so in this level 2 you have that, and if you come to crop plan, and here you can see that you have made it uh, here as well. Okay, so here if you come to this crop view and make it visible over there, and then come to this part like this. Okay, so here you in level 2 as well, here you can see that these two are connected, right? So now let me go for this duplicate view as dependent. So here you can see that this is dependent, and now let me go for this rename option, and here also we go for this. Okay, and if you come to this level 2, and here you can see that this is the level 2 crop plan over there. Yes, so double click on this crop plan, and here you see that this is within this level 2, and you have that crop plan, and in this level 2 you have that original plan. Okay, so let me delete it. Alright, so this is how you can create your duplicate after cropping your plan views over there. And now let me go for this phases. Okay, so phases you define. Suppose in your plan, suppose you are creating one plan, uh, one proposed plan you are creating. So there are some elements which are already existing. Okay, so that you have to define as existing. All right. So for that, suppose this wall was already there, so you can go for this existing, which is already created. That so you can go for that phase created existing, and if it is demolished, so you can define that is demolished in new construction phase. If you are demolishing, then you can specify that that is demolished in this phase. Okay, so this how you can define. So when you are creating, by default, all the all the elements are defined with this new construction phase, as because you are newly constructing all these elements. Okay, so now you can see that this is within this dotted color, right? So you can control this visibility graphics. So I will come on that later, how you can control those. Uh, you can see that this phase is defined there. Okay, so let me uh, go for another phase, like suppose floor. Suppose this floor was also in this existing, so that you can select and you can go for this phase over there. Okay, so this how you can define all your phases, in which phase you have created all your components and your elements. And now let me go for this manage over there, and you can see that this is your phases manager, you can say. Phase manager window is there, so you can change the position. This is before, after, and you can uh, add one, just before and after. So this one was selected, new construction, and sorry, existing was selected, and after that the phase one is created. And in this insert, you can choose either before, either after. So now you can go for name. So uh, you can choose one equation. And if you want to type any description over there, so you can go for this description. And here you can see that when this show complete or show, this is uh, your filter name is selected over there. And in this new, it will be shown like this. In this existing, this will be shown like this. And in demo list, this is not displayed. You can go for graphics override, and there you can see that when you select this existing, what will be the line types and the patterns you can include. Okay, and this is for cut. Okay, the projection and surface is for your 3D views and elevations, and cut is for your plan views. So you can see that this is when you will select the existing. Okay, so that will be the uh, line types and the patterns over there. So you can override these things. You can change what will be the type. Okay, you can come to this line, and here also you can change it to this center line, and these things you can go for it. Okay, and this is the material is selected over there. And if you want to change any material, so that you can go for the material from this material section. Okay, uh, and one more thing that you can dim those uh, line types and the patterns with this half tone. Okay, so that is also available. I'm sorry. Now here you can see that this is your phase filter. If you want to filter them with this show previous plus demo, so that will be for this new, it will be not displayed, means the newly construction elements will not be displayed when you select this show previous plus demo. And if you go for this this phase filters, if you choose these things, so let me tell you about that. Existing will be overridden and demolished will be overridden. So with this graphics overrides. Okay, so this all are the settings for your phase filters. So you can select anything and you can delete, and you can create your new these filters, and you can define for this new existing device temporary. So let me go for this apply and okay, and here you have this phase filter over there. So you remember that all the settings are there within this phase filters, and when this show all is there, so all the things for your new, that is by category, by the category of the element what is selected for those element, that is visible, and existing are overridden, demolished, and are overridden. Now click on OK. And if you change for this show demo plus new, and if you click on apply, and this will be what will be visible there. So come to this. So show demo plus new. So new will be visible. Existing will not be displayed. Demo list will be overridden, and temporary will be overridden there. And now if you come to show new, so all the new objects newly constructed, so there is all the newly constructed there. So if you go for anything like this is demo list. Okay, so like in this new construction phase, this is demo list. Okay, so now you can see that this is still visible. because this face filter uh, show new, that is uh, included with this show new right now. What is applying? Okay, and let me change it to show complete. Let's come to this level 1, and here let me change it to show new. Let me go for this. I think I haven't applied that. That's right. Let me go for this new construction. Now we will come on these parts later about placing this room tags. So now let me choose this and change the phase demolished. The new construction phase is demolished, so phase constructed should be existing. So this is the existing. Now you can see that is not included here right now. That's because the phase filter is show new. All the new elements will be shown. So now if you go for this show complete, so there will be this thing added. And to select this, now let me go for this. Now this is new construction over there. So this is new construction again, and now phase demolished. So in this renovation phase, uh, let me go for this show all over there, and here you can see that this is visible. If I go for this, let me select for phase created existing and the phase demolished in renovation phase. Okay. Right. So now you can see that all the demolished are not visible over there. Okay. So you can come to your show complete, and all the demolished are not visible. So that is controlled within this phase filter options. So over there you can change these things. All right. So what will be the options? You can go for this. All right. So you can complete. You can apply your phase filters. Uh, so this is how you will be controlling your views over there, and you can define your phases, which phase you have created. Now we have one visibility graphics over there. So this visibility graphics which help you to control and override the visibility and the color of your uh, elements. So here you can see that this is the visibility column, and if you uncheck any components over there, those will not be visible within your project. Alright, so suppose if I go for this wall, suppose, and if I apply it, so there will be no wall visible. Alright, so again VG is the shortcut for your visibility graphics, and VB is the same. You can go for either VG or VB. So again, let me go for this apply, and here you can see that one come up here, and again you can go for walls or doors, like this doors, and you apply, and see there is no more doors, and you can like go for this windows as well, and if you can apply, so there will be no windows anymore. uh, so this is how you can hide them, and now you can see that we have some projection and surface, this cut options are available. So let me go for this wall. So you can also hide some sub components. So walls sub components like wall sweep, this common edges, hidden lines, those things you can apply. And now if you apply overall, so it will be applied to this sub components also. Uh, so uh, Uh, no, not for the subcomponents, for the main one. Sorry, my mistake. Not for the subcomponents. It will not be applied to the subcomponents. It will be applied to the main one. So now let me go for this projection and surface. So that will be applied. Projection and surface will be applied to your uh, 3D views and your elevations, and cut is for your plan views and you can say plan views. Okay, so let's go for this. So this is a view specific. This view visibility graphics option is view specific. So that means if you change anything in this level 2, so that will be applied within this level 2 or this particular level 1 only. Okay, so it will not be reflected within our other views. So don't expect that. Let's go for visibility graphics and let's go for this wall option. And so let's come to this cut. So the lines. So you are overriding with this pattern. So let's go for this center line. Okay, and the color you can let's define this one, and you can give this one. Okay, and click on apply, and here you can see that it's showing you this red color, and if you off this thin line option, there you will see the thickness of your line. Okay, so this is how you can control all the objects visibility over there. Now let me switch to another view like this 3D over there, and again you come to this visibility graphics and go for this wall option there. And now if you go for this override within this view, let me go for the same center line color. Let me go for this green over there. Okay, click on OK and apply. And okay. So you cannot see anything, right? Because that is applied to plan views. So here we will not apply to cut section, right? So you can clear these overrides for default option. And now we will be overriding within this projection on surface. So let's go for this. Let's choose this one, and here I will be selecting like this. Let's go for click on OK and wait if you need any line width, so you can choose that. And let's go for some patterns over there, and let me go for this brickwork color should be this. Okay, and you can go for this pattern over here. Let's go for this solid green, and the color is like, let's go for this one and click on OK. Okay, and if you want to make it transparent, so we can go for that. So right now we will not make it transparent. Let me go for this option and let's click on apply, and here you can see that is applied. The 6 has been applied. Okay, so this how you can override your lines and patterns there. You can override the 6. Now let me go for this and clear overrides. Okay, and apply. Okay, so now this line is only applied. And now let me clear overrides. Click on OK and apply. And now what I'll do, I will make it transparent. Okay, so for that I will go for this transparent option. So let me make it 80. Click on OK and apply. And here you can see that is right now transparent. Right, so that how you can override your visibility graphics. Okay. So let me go for this visibility graphics again. So this is for all your model categories. Okay. Uh, and the detail level is by the view. Okay, so here you can make it specific that this will be applied with this fine view only. So when you will switch the fine view, then it will be uh, visible, so that these things you can uh, apply. Okay, so let's go for by view. So here you have this detail level. Okay. Now let's come for annotation category. So if you want to change any visibility uh, within, for your annotation components, so for that you have this annotation categories, and there you have to apply. Okay, you have these tabs. Okay, so anything you have imported. So here we haven't imported anything like any CAD files or any Revit files. You have imported. So there will be some more options for visibility graphics like design options, and other options will be there. So when you will apply, uh, those tabs will appear in this visibility graphics. So now let's go for this. Click on OK, and yeah, let's click on OK. And this is fine for us with this transparency. We have no issue right now. Uh, Now let me go for this insert tab, and here we have some tools to insert some components within this project. So we have this import CAD option, we have this link CAD, link IFC, link Revit. These options are there, link topography options are there, this point cloud, these options are there. And we also have some load family. Okay, and if you come to level 1, this import so when you come to floor plan, this import PDF and import image will be activated. So these two options can be imported within a floor plans or within a ceiling plans, within a plans only, and within this elevation. So within any 2D view, you can import PDF and import image. So this similar like that, this link PDF and link image will be there. So what is the difference between link and import? So the link files is connected with the main file. So if you change anything in the main file, the inserted file will be updated. So that is the benefit. Okay, and import has some other benefits, like you can explore them, you can convert them within your Revit files. So let me go to level 1, and let me import one CAD file over there. So see if I have any CAD files right now. Uh, let me check. Okay, right now let me check where I have saved. Just a minute. Okay, so let me see. I have found one. So let me go for that. This one. And here you can see that this file will be loaded, and this is the color, all the colors I want to preserve it. So if you want to make it black and white or invert, that you can choose. Now about layers, if you want to add all the layers or levels, so you can go for all, or else visible means which layers you have applied, those layers only you want to add. So for that you go for this visible, and specify, then you can specify what layers you want to add. Okay. Now about import units, you can go for auto detective, or else you can, if you are sure about your uh, unit, so you can select the right unit over there. So let's go for auto detect. And what about positioning? So you can make it origin to internal origin. So about this origin, like the 0, is the origin for AutoCAD file, and that origin to this internal origin. So you can go for the center to center, the geometric center, and the geometric center of this. So you can go for this automatic center to center, and you can manually position those origin and center. So let's go for this manual center, and this is for this view only. I don't want to see it in 3D and other views, so I'll check this current view. Okay, and now let's go for open. Just a minute. Now I am having this. Okay, now let me close it. Alright, so I am having this, and now if I select this, and here you can see that I can explode this. If I explode this, I will have these lines as a Revit components, or this as this model line. Alright, so this text will come up here as Revit elements, so that I can go for this, the selected, and if I go for this full explode or partial explode, so I can have. Okay, and you can go for this delete layers. Suppose you want to delete these layers, and you can go for this. Alright, so now I'm not going to delete any layers. And if you have loaded some more files, so which one you want to make in front, which one you want to make it, place it in back, so that you can go. So right now we have only one, so that will not affect anything. Alright, so if you change it anything, it will not affect here, it will not see any reflections over there, any changes over there. That's because we just have only one. Alright, so this is about your import CAD option, and we have another, like insert, and there you have this link CAD. So if you choose this one with that same configuration, let's go for this open, or else you can go for this limiter over there. Let's click on open, and do this. Uh, this should be inches, I guess, the right unit. Uh, Let me see. Okay. Link CAD. Let's come to this. Okay. So let's place it, and now you can go for this manage link option, and in this manage link, what kind of file it is? It is the CAD format. So here you can see that this file is loaded right now, and the position is not saved. So you can save the position. How you can save that? You can go for this pin and save this position, so that by mistake you don't move this. Okay, no, there is no chance to accident happen. All right. Now come to this manage link option, and you can manage this link, and now you can see the status is loaded right now, and the size and where it is saved, the path is relative, Now you can add with this, you can add another link to this. Now let's leave this, and if you unload, so that will be just hidden with this within this project. And again you can come to this and select, and again you reload it. So reload is to refresh, right? Select and let's go for reload and click on OK, and that is reloaded. And that is when you use this reload, when you have unloaded and you want to get it back, for that you can choose this reload option. And for another option, that is you have updated uh, in the main CAD file, and those changes you want to reflect within this Revit file as well, so then also you can go for this reload. And if you want to finally remove it after all the task is done and you want to finally remove it, so then choose this remove option. And the reload from, when you select this reload from, suppose you have saved uh, the changes within a different folder. Suppose you have changed the save as, and you have saved it in a different folder, and then you have to go for this reload from, and there you have to specify from the path where you have saved it. So now I haven't changed the path, that is fine. Okay, and that how you can manage all the links. So about this link file, you cannot go for this explode option. So for this link files, you are not allowed to explode it. You cannot explode it as your Revit files, as because this is still linked with your main CAD files. And now let's go for this query. And now you can come to this, when you go for this query, and you can now individually select all the components over there. So as because these are created by polyline option, so that's why it is selected as a single element. So that you can select any element. So let me go for this text over there. You can have all the details that the text type is not block, the layer is wall. Okay, so if you want to delete this, or you can hide within this view. So as because all those are in same layers, so that's why it is right now hidden over there. And let me go for this reveal. Now come to this reveal option, and you select all of them and go for this toggle hidden element over there. Okay, or come to this query, and now let's select this, and these are all right. Click on OK. You can come to this manage option, and you can go to this manage links. So that is the file, and you can reload them. Okay, you can go for that. So here we have uh, you can come to this uh, this option, and there you can see that it is available right now. So if we do this, I don't want them to hide it right now. So let me select them. Uh, so that should be coming. This is present over there. So we can do this, like this, and remove this, and if we go for this manage link option, that we'll see, and we can uh, go for this link add, and we can okay. Now we have one option for link Revit file. Okay, so that we can go for this link Revit. So when we will choose this link Revit option, when we need to create federated model. So what is about federated model? So when you have your separate discipline files, like you have architecture files, one another structural files, another MEP files, and at the last you have to combine all of them. So when you combine all the disciplines and as a whole complete single model, that is called your federated model. So for that you can choose your link Revit file, and suppose within your architecture files you want to add your topo surface or your landscape files that is created in Revit, so that you can go for this link Revit. And suppose you have uh, your topo surface or your landscape file, so that is created in SketchUp or other softwares like AutoCAD. So for AutoCAD, you can go for LinkCAD, and suppose other 3D modeling softwares like 3ds Max or else SketchUp. So that for that you have to convert them in IFC format. That is International Format for Collaboration. Uh, IFC you can choose. Alright, so that will work like similar link Revit and link IFC. So let's go for link Revit file, and let's go for this link Revit, and let me come to this desktop over there, structure, and what will be the positioning? So internal origin to internal origin, it's internal origin to its internal origin. Let's go for this one. And here you can see that this is the structural file. Now if you come to this, and here you see that this is as your link file. Okay, this is the link file, and after that you if you want to convert them as your Revit component, so that for that you go for this bind link option. Okay, you go for this bind link, what you want to add, all the labels and the grids if you want to add, so that you can add. So I don't want the labels, I want all the grids, and now okay, and it will take 2 minutes. So there are some duplicate items, duplicate types. You can see. Alright, so that is right now done. So there is some link present. So now just remove this link, and that is right now under a group. Okay, all the elements under a group, and you can ungroup them as well. You select it and you can go for this ungroup, and now all the elements you can have the control over them as a Revit component. Alright, so this is how you can, and now you can save it. So this will be your federated model for architecture and structure. So this is how you can link your Revit file, and you can manage all the links. You can import your CAD files, you can link your CAD files. The similar like import CAD, you can import your PDF files, and you can import your image that you can go for. And if you want to insert any family files, so for that you go for this load family within this insert tab, and you can choose the right file over there. Like suppose you want to add some rows over there, alright, some rows, so that you can select, and that will be loaded. Suppose if you go for this, and there are so many types for this category door, you have to select the types you want to insert. Suppose you don't want to select this, so for that go for this deselect option, and all the files are selected, and you click on OK, so the selected files will be loaded, and let's click on OK. So those are loaded right now, and you have to place them. So for that come to door, and these are loaded right now. So single panel, now you can place, let's start placing it. So this is all for today. I hope you have understood. If you have any question, you can ask me.